Why is it that after decades of negotiations, Iran and the United States still haven't reached a resolution? Do these two powerful nations truly want peace, or is there a deeper agenda behind this ongoing conflict? Today we will dive deep into the history and the mystery behind this geopolitical deadlock. This story begins in 1953, when the CIA orchestrated the overthrow of Iran's elected government. However, relations hit a breaking point after the 1979 Islamic Revolution. The hostage crisis at the U.S. Embassy in Tehran was a massive blow to American prestige. Since then, the U.S. has imposed harsh economic sanctions on Iran, and for many years, direct communication between the two countries almost completely stopped. The rise and fall of the nuclear deal. After a long stalemate, a ray of hope emerged in 2015 during Barack Obama's presidency. This was known as the nuclear deal, or the JCPOA. The core of the agreement was simple. Iran would stop building nuclear bombs, and in return, the U.S. would lift sanctions. But the real trouble started in 2018. Donald Trump unilaterally withdrew from the deal and applied maximum pressure on Iran. This move shattered the world's hopes for a lasting settlement. 4. Regional interests and the oil factor. But why couldn't this deal be saved despite all these efforts? One major reason is the complex regional politics of the Middle East. Nations like Israel and Saudi Arabia have always been wary of any closeness between Washington and Tehran. They believe a stronger Iran, backed by a formal treaty, is a direct threat to their own national security. Furthermore, the politics of oil plays a massive role. As one of the world's largest energy producers, Iran's status directly impacts global oil prices and the dominance of the US dollar. This struggle for economic control has constantly darkened the path to a lasting compromise. 5. Main reasons for the failed compromise. So, where is the main obstacle? There are primarily 3 reasons. First, the crisis of trust. Iran believes that the US could pull out of any agreement at any time, just as it did under the Trump administration. They now demand legal guarantees that no U.S. president can easily provide. 6. Regional influence and internal pressure. Second, regional influence. Iran's growing footprint in the Middle East, specifically in Lebanon, Yemen, and Syria, is something the U.S. and its allies are simply unwilling to accept. Third, internal pressure. Within both countries, there are hardline political factions that view any form of trust or compromise as a sign of extreme weakness. 7. The impact of current global conflicts. Today, the equation has become even more complex. The war in Ukraine and reports of Iranian military support, alongside recent instabilities in the Middle East, have made everything much more complicated. Instead of diplomatic dialogue, the two nations are now increasingly locked in proxy wars across the region. The world is watching closely. Will this tension lead to a full-scale direct confrontation, or will a secret back-channel deal eventually emerge? 8. Conclusion. In conclusion, as long as these two countries cannot guarantee each other's sovereignty and security, a permanent compromise remains nearly impossible. What do you think? Is it the US or Iran whose inflexibility is preventing peace? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you found this video insightful, please share it. Thank you.